Muck. What's the first thing that comes into your mind when you hear that word? Gross, yuck, a Pokemon, a nonsensical 3D survival roguelike with giant stone monsters, obamium ore, and small bean villagers swinging giant clubs. Well, believe it or not, Muck is in fact a Pokemon. Muck is a nonsensical 3D roguelike with chunky hammers, impeccable items, and the constant threat of death via two-legged dog things. If you couldn't tell already, Muck is definitely quite different. It's a roguelite, but well, I don't even know what else to call it. It's crazy, it's funny, it was made as a YouTube joke, it's just overall pretty, well, ridiculous. I mean, just look at it. However, despite its interesting nature, Muck remains one of my most favorite roguelikes to play, and is a game that I and evidently others can easily pack hours upon hours into. It peaked over 14,000 players in its first month on Steam, it got videos made about it with hundreds of thousands of views, and practically everyone has heard of Muck by now. Muck might seem like this stupid, silly little joke game, but by golly did it just blow up in the months after its release, and it's held that momentum even nowadays. And not only was it played a ton, it was also very well received, with plenty of positive reviews on Steam, along with a general consensus of it being good. But every single time I see those pretty metrics, I think to myself, how? How did that become the juggernaut it is today? What about Muck rose it to the popular stance it holds and has held for months? And surprisingly, there's a fittingly simple reason for Muck's entire rise to fame. It's stupid, it's fun, and it's a roguelite. Actually, it's not quite that simple. We still got a lot of minutes left. Sorry. So, Muck. Before I can discuss how exactly Muck is the pinnacle of stupid fun roguelites, let's quickly go over what Muck is. Muck is a 3D physics-defying Google-line survival roguelite. In the game, you are a polygon caveman who travels the world around you, collecting bizarre items and fighting a plethora of enemies and bosses, with the end goal being either finding all the parts of and repairing a ship, surviving however long you can, or killing fellow players in versus battles, all in their respective modes. As for the overall gameplay, you actually kinda play it like Minecraft, minus the being able to break everything part and plus the roguelite aspect. You explore the randomly generated area and villages scattered about, mining materials, crafting weapons, armor and other equipment, fighting monsters, building structures, etc. So Minecraft-ish. However, one of the big differences of Muck and Minecraft is Muck is a roguelite, so in-game, while surviving and exploring, you collect the many random items scattered in chests around the world that will help you on your quest. And upon every death, you restart the game fresh over and with a new randomly generated set of villages, chests, material spawns, etc. And that's basically Muck, but back to the topic of the video. How the heck did this simple Muck become the stupid fun pinnacle of a roguelite beloved by all that it is today? Well, to figure that out, we'll need to take a step back and analyze a core piece of what Muck is. A stupid, fun game. I've played a lot of games, spread across a wide region of developers, gameplay, and styles. Each game usually has its own merits unique to the game, but there's two groups that I can always sort these games into. Little to no real time and energy devoted to the development of the game, and lots of time and energy devoted to the development of the game. In most every case, the game in question is either a stupid train wrecky made in a day kind of thing, or it feels like it really had time and effort committed to it. These two groups of games are usually pretty easy to spot, as across all the different game styles, visuals, and gameplay, you can see when time and effort has been devoted to a game, no matter how big or what budget the game had. Obviously, it's pretty easy to tell that better games often go into the more time and effort category. Now, of course, better is subjective, but by better, I mean in general, games that have more time and energy put in result in a better overall game, sheerly because the effort put into it often shows in the quality of the game. And that means that no matter how large or small the game is, the game will probably be, on average, better than those with less time put in. But then there's Muck. Muck is different, of course. It's in neither group. It's in this odd limbo where it feels like it was made quickly and as a joke, but it also feels like it had time and effort put into it. It seems stupid and simple, but you just can't deny that it's well crafted, and the developer was passionate about it. It wasn't just some throwaway game made in a day kind of thing. It really is a solid game, just kinda simple and dumb. So, if it's in neither of the two aforementioned groups, what the heck group is Muck in then? Well, Muck went ahead and skedaddled past both the first two groups and landed right smack into a third category on top of the two I discussed prior. Stupid fun games. What is a stupid fun game, you might ask? Well, it's when you've got that game that is both stupid and fun. In all seriousness, it's a game that doesn't look like it had any effort and time put into it, but it did. Now I can see how that might not make sense. Either a game had effort and time put into it or it didn't. But sometimes the game's effort is reflected in the fact that it's fun because it looks like it didn't have effort put into it. That makes sense, right? To better show what I mean, take Totally Accurate Battle Simulator as an example. I think most of us can agree that Tabs is a pretty fun game. It's got lots of players, plenty of good reviews, super fun, all the works. But Tabs, as you probably already know, is dumb. It's silly, it's nonsensical, it's incredibly simplistic, and that's why it's so good. Tabs is fun in large part because of how stupid and simple it is. The way the characters wish around, slam into each other, fight, and interact is just fun to engage in and watch. Tabs wouldn't be Tabs if it was this high-quality, realistic simulation of battles. It's fun because it's simple and stupid. It feels like someone just screwed around in Unity for a few days and stumbled upon creating Tabs, but it actually did take a lot of time and dedication to make the game, what with its solid physics, graphics, and plethora of content. In a similar manner, we have Muck. Muck is simplistic and dumb, like Tabs, but because of that, it's fun. It feels like it's not a game that had lots of time and effort put into it, but it is. It's that perfect balance of silly, non-polished craziness combined with a solid game skeleton. And as such, Muck, like Tabs, is an incredibly fun game to play because of its simplicity and craziness. However, while Muck is a stupid fun game, that's not all it is. It didn't get to the massive size it is now by just being a stupid fun game. It's also something that many other games like it are not. And this aspect of Muck is what makes Muck especially great in its own unique way. Muck is not just a stupid fun game. It's a stupid fun roguelite. This key addition of roguelite is what I think really makes Muck's stupid and simple nature shine as a positive game-carrying attribute. If Muck was in some other genre, perhaps it may not have been quite as notable, but because it is a roguelite, its stupid fun is amplified tenfold over. Now I know you may be asking, what about roguelites is so special when pertaining to stupid fun games? Well, it all boils down to one word that both roguelites and stupid fun games base nearly their entire existence on: chaos. Roguelites come in all shapes and sizes, with all kinds of atmospheres, styles, and gameplay, but at the core of every single roguelite lies one very simple premise: chaos. You see, a roguelite can only be a roguelite if it contains two chaotic things: items, or some equivalent, and procedural generation. Items are self-explanatory, just any form of impermanent progression gained in each run that makes your character stronger as they go. Often, this means that the farther you go in a run, the more items you get, and the more chaotic the item's effects become. Just an item might be a nice addition to your character, but 50 items with different effects all mixing together into this homogeneous item explosion of crazy makes things, well, crazy. And added on to that chaos is procedural generation. This is the concept that every time you die in a roguelite and replay it again, the maps, enemies, and items in the game change in a randomized fashion. That can mean a new dungeon layout, a new map, new enemy and item spawns, etc. This results in unpredictability in the roguelite, as you can encounter any random dungeon layout, enemy spawns, or item spawns in every run, leading to a very different character build every time you play the roguelite, and a very different challenge of enemies presented to you, which of course, all adds to the chaos in the game. Okay, so roguelites are often chaotic. How does that apply to stupid fun games and Muck? Well, stupid fun games are stupid and fun in large part because of their chaos. The silliness of the graphics, the stupidity of the physics, everything is just not standard in stupid fun games. It's chaotic, as seen in games like Tabs. And so, it's like the roguelike genre was built for stupid games. Roguelikes are chaotic by nature, as the final builds you end up with in runs are often just crazy or stupid OP. The aspects of random items and procedural generation make every playthrough of most roguelites incredibly chaotic and sometimes just stupid. Compound that onto an already inherently chaotic game, and you get the monstrosity that is Muck. Muck's style is one that at its heart is just chaotic, even without considering its roguelike nature. The gameplay is solid, the survival aspect of it is well developed, but at its core it's just silly and crazy, because it's supposed to be. The dev didn't come in trying to make the next wild AAA roguelite of the year. This was just some slightly silly passion project that was made to be silly. And this chaotic nature of the game perfectly melds with the fact that Muck is a roguelite. The already chaotic nature of the game mixes with the random and chaotic nature of roguelites in this strange yet enjoyable concoction of, well, stupid chaos. Muck, like all roguelites, has items and procedural generation, and they function in a predictable manner. There are chests scattered everywhere on the map that, when opened, give you a random item based on the chest's rarity, and every time you die and restart the game fresh over, there is a new set of randomly placed chests across the map, along with randomly scattered villages, shrines, and material spawns. What separates Muck as a unique roguelite, a stupid fun roguelite, is that at its core it's chaotic and silly. The character models are simplistic and geometric, but have big googly eyes and flimsy limbs. The bosses and mobs are made with this funny, detail-less, but still detailed style. The names and descriptions for everything in the game are just, well, the best store in the game is Aubameyang. I think that one speaks for itself. At its center, Muck revolves around stupidity and chaos, and combined with its roguelike properties, a wide range of varied items, and plenty of content to randomly generate in each run, Muck is just this awesomely unique blend of a stupid, fun, nonsensical, chaotic game, and I love it for that. Muck is definitely a favorite of mine, and especially with friends, I can do runs of this game for way longer than I should be able to. The chaotic and simple nature of it makes it so fun to just hop into a game and see what happens. It's just so fresh and fun, even through the hours and hours I've played it, and I love it for that. And I'm not alone, as thousands upon thousands of people have expressed similar feelings for Muck. I mean, the game still has a few thousand players a month on average on Steam, and it's been slammed with positive reviews and lots of attention. And I believe that a large reason for this is Muck's chaotic, silly style combined with its great nonsensical core gameplay makes for an amazing and unique playing experience. It's stupid, it's fun, and it's a gosh dang roguelite. Muck definitely took me by surprise. I never thought about how a game like Muck and its style can incorporate so well into the roguelite genre. Muck is this great blend of unpolished, polished, fun, dumb game that has so much chaos yet is grounded in so much goodness. I really hope to maybe see something added to it in the future, though I doubt that will happen considering it was kinda made as a YouTube joke, or perhaps see some other games made like it in the future, but in any case, Muck is definitely quite an experience that I won't be forgetting anytime soon, and it has taught me that roguelikes can indeed be stupid and fun. But before I go, I have to ask, what do you all think about Muck? Is it all I said it is? Is it fun, just stupid, or both? Please let me know in the comments, and I'll be seeing you later. Bye.